Chinese tennis star Peng Shuai has apparently retracted her controversial sexual assault allegations in an interview with Western media. Previously, Peng had alleged on social media that she had been forced into sex by China's former vice premier. The post was deleted, and Peng then disappeared from public view for 3 weeks, sparking concerns for her safety.
Peng Shuai spoke to the French sports newspaper L'Equipe with a Chinese Olympic official in the room and said her allegations of sexual assault against a former official of the Chinese Communist Party was an enormous misunderstanding. Sexual assault, she is quoted as responding to pre-submitted questions. I never said that anyone sexually assaulted me in any way. Before her accusatory post from November 2nd was scrubbed from her verified account on Chinese social media, though, screenshots were posted on Twitter. Peng writing that Zheng Gaoli of the all-powerful Politburo Standing Committee had forced her to have sex despite her refusals. She told L'Equipe that she is the one who erased the post. In addition to the L'Equipe interview, the International Olympic Committee announced Monday that IOC President Thomas Bach and others dined with Peng on Saturday. Spokesperson Mark Adams said the IOC will not judge whether an investigation on Peng's initial allegations is needed.
I think we need also to listen to her, and we need to read what she's saying. We've invited her to come to Europe, and we will meet her again. And I think we can say that we are doing everything we can to make sure that this situation is as it should be.
At the daily news conference, Adams wouldn't say whether IOC officials believe Peng is speaking freely with them or under duress, as many experts believe.
The sports organisation are doing everything to ensure that she is happy.
In her interview with L'Equipe, Peng echoed the Chinese government, saying her, quote, romantic problems, her private life, should not be mixed with sport and politics.
And we can speak now to journalist Fabian Kretschmer in Beijing for more on the story. Hi, Fabian. Peng Shuai is now saying that she never made any allegations. How does that actually fit with the allegations that appeared on her social media account?
Well, not at all. She doesn't doubt that she was writing that post. And in that post, there's one controversial line that clearly said, I was at least pressured into having sex. Some media also translated as I was being raped. I mean, we could talk about the nuances of the translation, what fits better into the context, but the allegations were made. And now it's not really very believable that she retracts everything. She basically says, nothing to see here, everything is okay. I deleted the post by myself. I didn't disappear. I was accessible all the time. That is not really in line with the facts that are really well documented here.
Fabian, there have been examples of people who have been coerced into making false public statements in the past in China under duress. Could that be what we're seeing here with Peng Shuai?
Possibly. I don't want to make any speculation, but it's important to acknowledge that those forced confessions do regularly happen. I also interviewed several victims, and it's a systemic problem here. I cannot look into the mind of Peng Shuai, but it's important also to note that she is under pressure. She is most often followed by government officials, also when giving those interviews. And of course, it could also be that it's her free choice to make those statements. We don't know. I mean, from her Weibo account, the social media platform, we know that she's also quite patriotic, and who knows, maybe she regrets having made those comments, but that's why an independent investigation would be quite important to get to the ground of that case.
Well, last question. We know that she met with the chief of the International Olympic Committee, Thomas Bach. What role is the IOC playing in getting to the bottom of this?
Well, Thomas Bach played a quite shameful role in that already in the beginning of the case, he was basically helped the propaganda apparatus here to get the message out, saying that everything is okay. He's not really credible when it comes to make critical statements. So, I think his role is not very helpful.
Journalist Fabian Kretschmer speaking to us there from Beijing. Thanks for that reporting. And we have our DW sports correspondent, Jonathan Crane, who is following the Winter Olympics for us in Beijing. Hi, Jonathan. It's good to see you. So what is the IOC saying about the situation?
In short, not a lot, but that is a story in itself because Peng Shuai once again dominated questions by Western media at the daily news briefing, in between questions from Chinese media about sporting equipment and athletic competition. Now, has rode back on her allegations in this interview with L'Équipe, raises just more questions about how free she is actually to speak about her situation. The IOC was asked about that in today's briefing. Essentially, Mark Adams, the spokesman, said, we're a sporting organisation, and he said it's not for us or you, meaning the media, to judge her situation. Now, Thomas Bach, in his press conference last week, said that the IOC would support Peng Shuai if she decided to pursue her allegations in the courts. I wanted to find out how that actually would work in practice, given her situation, and this is that exchange. What conversations have there been with officials here in Beijing about a possible investigation? And does the IOC think that is actually possible for Peng to do? Can she make that demand without fear of any repercussion? Thank you.
I'm not sure we're able as a sports organisation to make that call. I think the President was right in saying it shouldn't be for us to judge whether there should be an investigation or not. You've seen the words which in the interview which she gave to L'Équipe, I think it was an hour and more interview yesterday or the day before, whenever it was, which was published this morning. I think we need also to listen to her, and we need to read what she's saying. As we've also discussed, we've been in contact with her. We remain in contact with her. We've met her in person. We've invited her to come to Europe, and we will meet her again. And I think we can say that we are doing everything we can to make sure that this situation is as it should be.
Yeah, like you said, Jonathan, not a whole lot of information there. So what else do we know about Peng Shuai's latest movements and that interview that she did with the French sports news site?
Well, the strange thing is that the IOC was yes, the meeting will happen when clearly it had already taken place. So we can only assume from that he didn't want to ruin any kind of carefully staged choreography, including that interview with L'Équipe that had been set up already, because we've known for some time that the IOC was planning to meet Peng Shuai here in Beijing. As for L'Équipe interview, that took place. Officials, L'Équipe had to submit their questions in advance. They had to publish her answers verbatim in a Q&A format. So that really doesn't leave too much room for any context or explanation, or indeed any follow-up.
DW's Jonathan Crane in Beijing for us. Thank you very much.